I play everything everywhere.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
I have more trophies than all of you. I have more plats than all of you.
You don't.
You do not have more plat. You do not have a higher PlayStation score than me.
Yeah, son.
I feel like
You have more trophies, Chance. Who has more platinums?
I
The
have
only thing
more
that anyone
PC
cares
platinums.
What's up?
Suck on that.
It's me, Chance. It's me.
No, I know. I'm saying to the only thing anyone cares about.
Nobody cares about. Nobody even knows what a trophy level is. Are you kidding me right now? God,
The stables do.
nobody. Literally, I guarantee nobody's like, "Oh, my PlayStation trophy level is this." It's all about the plats.
Share your trophies, Mr. Badbit.
Yeah, release the trophies, Data, you coward.
The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast.
Is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello.
It's angry time. Sorry, guys. I was typing something to Eric in the chat. Oh, hello, Daddy DWALLY here.
Question mark?
And welcome. Sorry, I got so distracted. I'm sorry. There's a message saying in 3 days, StreamYard will lose access to your Facebook account.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, we've got you covered. Daddy DWALLY here, and welcome to the Nerd Chat, an Xbox and PlayStation 5 podcast, Jose. Joining me as always, Go Nuggies. Bubble Boy has a nice shirt on. He's showing off. It is a sweet shirt. I got to get one of those tomorrow.
I love those shirts, bro.
Hey, welcome back, Mr. What Have I Done? Jose at Chipotlebear. How are you?
I am doing well, man. I missed everybody last week, though I listened to the show. Great show. Love JB on the show. Just a very quick update for the chat. We're really not going to spend a lot of time on this, but all my co-hosts know. The last 2 weeks have been very busy for me, not just because it's our graduation season, which I plan for our school, but there was also a unique opportunity presented to me. And after literally a very long process, I am officially, as of today, announced the new principal of our school.
Holy crap, this professional podcast is a professional principal of a serious 6A high school. Everybody give it up for Chipotlebear, the man himself.
Yeah, so that's why I've not been.
I'm 40.
Now is
Thank
a
you,
real
Chance.
man in the podcast.
So
I like it.
It is
Big
very
boy
exciting.
job.
You know, it means definitely some changes for like our family and stuff, but that's totally great. My wife's been very supportive, and it'll be an interesting journey. So, you know, as there are things I can share, I will let you know. But, you know, here's the funny part, and then I'll pass it on. My finalist interview, like this was like multiple interviews and observations of other schools. Literally one of the last things that I got asked, no joke, one of the community superintendents asked me, he goes, you know, a lot of times like kids like video games, you know, if you were as a principal, like, and you were designing a game cover for your school, what would you do to like promote your school if it was a video game? And I was like, do you know that I actually love video games? And he looked at me like very confused. And it just, I think it was a sign, man. So
Yeah, he's like, I don't know about this guy.
yeah, they're like, actually, we take it back. No, it's great, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, Nell, up there. I appreciate it. And it's going to be fun, guys. But happy to be here because it's Thursday night. I actually can only stay for about 45 minutes because I do have to go plan graduation, but I couldn't miss out on seeing you. So let's get on with the show.
Yeah, before I throw it over to Bacon, congrats to Jose. Who said you get to be friends with the best buds with the superintendent? Well, Todd, I've got a funny story. I'll tell you about how I was in the superintendent's office on my first year teaching. I can't wait to tell you. I'll save that.
Chalmers.
I'll save that for another time. But before we go introduce the rest of the show, or the co-host.
Oh, that cast.
Okay, Grayson, tell everybody what you've been playing. Say it normally, please. Tell them what you've been playing.
Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft
Love
Dungeon.
All right.
Tell
play
what
with
your
my
favorite
kids.
part has been so far. What's your favorite thing?
this one arrow that Dad
Bone
hasn't seen that just shoots like so fast and it goes like.
He also has like wolf armor. We've been playing that together. Actually, shout out to Maddie. He's been playing with Maddie just now. So Grayson's very proud. Minecraft Legends.
Future PC gamer
Anything
right
else
there.
you need?
Love it.
He's playing on Xbox console. We
Oh,
don't
and
have to-
also I
an
got
Xbox
this cheetah
game.
armor.
Oh, cheetah armor. Nice. Grayson, what would you say if I told you that we're going to switch from an Xbox to a PlayStation? How would you feel about that?
Boo.
Bad.
All right, Grayson, as always, he loves the Xbox.
Did you prep that?
I seriously didn't. I didn't. Joining me as always is for those who come after X Bacon Gaming.
Yes, that is a quote from the greatest game of this generation. You guys will get to know it when you play it. Fantastic. I want to shout out my buddy Jose here. My wife is crazy excited. She knew the whole time. Apparently, it was the worst kept secret on the planet.
Yeah.
This man was destined for this position, and he is so well liked by his staff. This is a great thing. Congratulations, Chipotlebear.
Thanks. Actually, I should mention that I told Bacon I would tell that story real quick. So I told a couple of my close friends on staff, like I told Nell, because I told Bacon and stuff, and one of my other friends. But really, most of my staff didn't know that it was actually official. And today we were taking a big staff picture for my principal that's leaving to thank her because she's out of town. And we were all there lined up and ready to go. And then right as they took the picture, our community superintendent said, "Hey, 1, 2, 3, Jose's our new principal." And so like there's supposedly a photo like of people like shocked. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's going to be a great photo.
You got to
But,
go and look for the person that's like,
yeah, it's like mad in the corner.
I applied for that gig.
So
you're
anyway,
like, well, you might need to go work at Wheat Ridge now, sir.
no. Anyway, moving on.
And joining us, Game 7 bound, Bubble Boy and 7.
Yeah, gosh, I sure hope so. They started off real strong, but my whole beginning, mad hats off, mad props to Jose. Most deserving position I can imagine. So
Nice guy.
congratulations, my friend.
He always said he was never going to do it, but then he did it.
He did.
That's what happens. That's what happens. All right.
And now it'll be less basketball games on Thursdays.
Yeah, that's what.
What do you?
that
Oh,
works.
Yeah, now he
no,
gets to
we
send
ain't
everyone
gonna
else to
skip
cover
that.
stuff.
Yeah. It's in the underlings.
All right, Jose, let's jump into Xbox news for the week.
News team, assemble!
News story number 1.
Why does he say that with such exhaustion?
It's such like we just started.
Well, I was just about to, I forgot the timestamps, but like really this is the only one that
This is
I
one
guess
that matters.
matters for, well, congrats, Chipotle. I'll have to add that in later. News story number 1. I'm not even sure why this is number 1 because I swear I thought we were an Xbox podcast. But the Nintendo Switch 2 final specs have been confirmed. We've got various articles from Eurogamer and Nintendo Life. I'm pretty sure we should probably look at the Eurogamer one because they're the ones who are affiliated with Digital Foundry, who I think did the video. So, Bacon, I want you to lead this one because I don't know what the hell they're saying to me. So, what are you thinking about performance on the Switch 2?
Well, I mean, the couple things that jump out at me, it's almost a double of basically every spec of the Switch one. The one that does concern me a bit is the 3 gigabytes of RAM that's reserved for the OS and or game chat. I wish they would have given more to the games, but if they don't need it, they don't need it. This takes me back.
Does that remind you to the Xbox One? Yep.
Yep. Yep. And that's why we were at 720p instead of 1080p. I mean, just looking across the board, and this was one thing that made me angry when they did the announcement that they didn't give us any specs. And now looking at this, I mean, it's a bump of 1,300 CUDA cores, which, the 5090 has an absurd amount of CUDA cores, but it kind of puts it in perspective that it's that big of a jump. It's double the CPO from, the ARM 4X to the 8X, and it just, I think there's some sort of magic sauce happening in that dock, or if it just, power consumption issues, but it's, giving us the ampere architecture and all that. So I'm really happy with my Switch 2 purchase when it finally gets here, and Chipo and I get to go and stand at Target and pick it up or wherever I'm getting it from. Because I'm crazy excited.
Both delivered.
I'm crazy excited to plug this thing
right.
into my 4K monitor here and play Super Mario Brothers, the original 8-bit.
Wow.
Glory.
You can do that now with a Switch, but okay.
I could, but I don't own
Not
one.
It won't be on DLS with DLSS.
Well, it does actually say that it does have ray tracing. So,
Yeah.
who would have
We'll
thought
see.
in this world?
Did
I
you
mean,
see the
15
unit?
frames per second.
The
How does
unit
this
that they
compare?
measured that in, though, I had not heard of that unit before. It was in the other article. They said it has 10
giga
rays.
It's not,
Yeah,
it's not an NVIDIA GPU, right, Bacon? It's a
Yeah,
NVIDIA.
it's NVIDIA. It's
But GPU, not, bro. It's a.
well, it's really weird because the CPU is saying that it's an ARM processor, which,
Oh.
if we all remember, NVIDIA tried to buy ARM, and actually the new Xbox apparently is supposed to be ARM also. We heard that today. So, I guess ARM does some pretty cool stuff. I'm not clued in on them like I am with Intel and AMD and NVIDIA and stuff. So it's kind of intriguing to me, but there's, the processing cores or whatever are definitely NVIDIA because Ampere is an NVIDIA architecture. So I'm all in. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm just concerned that 3 gigs are being used. For something.
That's a lot.
But if you look at the old Switch, only had 3.2 available for games, and now we have 9 available. I mean, so every stat is substantially increased.
Quick question, Bacon. Do we have any specs that we can compare to like the ROG Ally?
I mean, it's different architectures.
That's what I would want to know.
I want to say the ROG Ally has 16 gigs of actual RAM instead of, what was that, 12?
Yeah.
So
yeah, 12 for this.
I mean,
Here's the question, Bacon. Are you really going to sell your Ally? I really think I'm going to sell mine, dude.
I think I am also, one, because it's now fairly old. I wonder if GameStop, I'm going to wait for Xbox to make their announcement for their handheld and see if GameStop will give us trade-ins on those.
I mean, I was thinking the same
won't
thing.
take it, will they?
I'm not wrong, am I, Jose?
No, I'm curious if they will.
They give me 250
Yeah, they
trade-in.
will. I think you can trade it in. You can look up Best Buy. Everybody go look right now.
Best Buy will give you 160 for it.
There you go.
I know that.
Dude, you could probably sell some.
I
just want to shout out.
more than that, though.
Is it Silken it or Silcan it? Because I heard
100%
because I hear Joe saying I met Steve Silcan it.
He also says FR8 conductor.
Okay, I just want to
He
be
does
sure.
say
Silken it.
English
I did hear that you met. His name's Steve, by the way. Did anyone know that? I just found that out.
I still don't know Bacon's first
PAX.
name. So
Yeah,
how would
I don't know either.
Silken's first
Somebody said it was Jason, and I was like, "Who the hell is Jason?"
That's true.
But
It is
The
just
rumors
so
are true.
Silken it met
Jerry-
Joe and Kyle and all them. I'm pretty sure. Shout out that he was at PAX East. Silken it wants to see Super Mario Brothers 3 with RTX on.
I'm so excited.
I mean,
I have
yeah.
already set aside. I got money for my birthday to set aside to buy my year of Switch.
Wait.
Brown.
Ask Joe. It's Steve now. Wait, is your name not Steve? Jesus, what's going on?
But yeah, I have
I
money.
don't
I have
hear
the money
well.
set aside to buy the Switch 2 back catalog for the year. I'm super excited to play Mario again. Even though I could probably emulate it perfectly fine on my PC right now.
Bubble Boy, you got any reactions to these specs? Do you want to take one of my pre-orders? Because I'm seriously probably going to cancel mine and just get the PS5 Pro like I did already.
Because that's a great plan, Dan.
For Grand Theft Auto 5 and Sony
nice.
exclusives. I want to be there day one for Ghost of Yotei. By the way, they keep saying Ghost of Yotei. Come on, guys. Yotei. Bubble Boy.
Here's the thing, maybe, and I am seeing all this gives me a little bit of FOMO. But at the same time, I'm like positive I would prefer this Xbox handheld that's coming out.
I have both.
And well, because I have a wife.
Damn it. So do I, and my
I'd
wife didn't
like to
complain when I
keep-
paid for it.
I probably ought to keep her around, and I just
Raul Romaine. Anyway, sorry. Bubble Boy.
yeah, no, that's good. Romaine, that's nothing like Steve.
Yeah,
for the record.
Steve, huh? Where do you
It
get
is Romaine. I'm sorry. Did you keep saying Steve?
Hold on.
All I
guys.
hear
I'm
is-
going to get to the bottom of this right now. We're going to go to French dialect.
Sorry.
okay,
So
go
I
ahead.
really do. I think these are impressive for the most part compared to what they could have been. Because Nintendo, and tell me if I'm wrong, please. Nintendo could have come out and said, "Okay, then Switch 1, 256 CUDA cores. Switch 2, 257," and people would have been like, "Obviously,
It's an upgrade.
Obviously, it's an upgrade. We're buying it." So good on them for doing it. And again, it gives me a little bit of FOMO, but
Like I can't see it in this article, but there has to be DLSS in there somewhere. I mean,
Everyone
It
in the
is.
chat
It
is
is.
saying that about
It's
DLSS.
there.
so
I think it
assume
has a
it's
form
there.
of it. By the way, a quick update. The name Silkenit is pronounced with a soft C sound, like in city, and an
Silkenit?
it.
it's Samit.
At the end, it's broken down into 3 syllables. Silken it. So, okay. Silk.
So we've been saying it right the whole time.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't a
Just
soft C a sound?
I'm not
like
hard
city.
to do.
I don't
Silk
know
in it.
French.
We spent way too much time on this, Silk. And closing thoughts, Jose, on the Switch 2. Are you still pumped? Because Jose, here's why I think I'm going to cancel mine.
Oh boy.
There's nothing new that I want to play. All the games I want to play will
Not
look perfectly
true.
fine on my
Here's the
OLED.
New that you want to
You're
play
gonna play
today.
Correct. So why would I get it today?
So why would you
Because
wait
you're
for
not gonna be able
tariffs
to
to
get it
kick in
later.
later, and then you'll be really mad when you have to buy it for $700?
Because I would rather wait for the Switch OLED like I did for this one. The OLED is a game changer.
You're gonna
it
wait
makes the
years
Switch
for
look
that,
so
though,
bad.
dude.
Yes.
I've got plenty to play, so go ahead, Jose.
That's fair. No, here's what I would say. I'm also excited for the Switch. I mean, I'm going to be very honest. I'm probably not going to play it a ton. When I have more time to play, which I haven't had a ton, it'll be back to my PC, and I have more than enough to play there. But I'm excited to play some of the new stuff. And I look, man, you can hate as much as you want. Nintendo was the first console I ever owned. Was Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Like I will always have allegiance to some degree to that pedigree, to those characters, to those stories.
My allegiance is with PS1, Jose.
That's fine.
'Cause you're
Go be a
a
PS
baby.
guy. I have no problem with that. To each their own. But I'm excited for Mario World. I think my daughters are going to absolutely love Mario World. Like I'm excited for a lot of the things to come. And here's the thing: as I've thought about it more, right, is we've had time to like marinate and stuff. I feel like hearing the price initially was such a shock, but as afterwards seeing all the price raises of the consoles, it's actually not that insane of a price raise. It's still expensive. I'm not saying it's not. It absolutely is, but it's in context after all this has happened. It's right in line with what we kind of expected from them, right? And it is an upgrade. I'm sure they're going to have some great games. Not all the games I want to play all the time, but it's fine. So I am just happy we have numbers. I think it's crazy that it's only like we're still only like 2 weeks away from this thing, and it's
Dude, that's
we're
wild.
getting
You
numbers.
just scared the hell out of me with that comment right there, Jose.
That's crazy, right?
Here's one closing thoughts for everyone. We had some discussions in our nerd chat with the other podcasts, right? I believe it was maybe Eric and excuse me,
Oh, that was nice. Yeah.
Captain Logan were talking about they want a handheld with all this superpower, right? These guys are out of their minds thinking if it's going to come anywhere near the performance, right? Bacon of a $500 Switch, if they're thinking they're going to be getting Xbox Series S power or close to PS5 power. Am I right? Because I feel like people need to temper their expectations for this PlayStation and Xbox handheld, because if it does get anywhere near that performance, this is an $800 handheld, because there's no way you're selling your ROG Ally for $800, and that's not even that close either.
You also have to factor in the DLSS, which the Xbox doesn't have. So we got to see how good the upscaling is. And I think that's how we get it in docked, because it'll require all that extra power.
So 480p, like I saw, 480p Street Fighter DLSS did look really good compared to the Series S running 1080p native. It was pretty sharp. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run all games at 480p and then upscale.
And that works because it's the smaller screen. It's compressing the 480p and the pixels into that smaller screen.
I just don't see how these next handhelds are going to be stupid expensive compared to the Switch.
How many times have you guys been playing your Ally though, or your Legion Go, and you're like, literally pause, and you're like, damn, this looks really, really good. I did it all the time when I was streaming, even Dead Island 2. I do it with however 10, 11-year-old game in Assassin's Creed Unity multiple times in the last couple of weeks. They look extremely good right now. So to think that they would have to get so much better than they already are in this quick of a time, I think is not necessarily unrealistic. I don't know if I need that.
I think the true test is going to be when Digital Foundry shows you how
start
Cyberpunk runs on the Switch 2.
At 30 FPS.
Sure.
Right, because we saw it run on the PS4, and it was a train wreck.
How many games are we going to be getting
crime
at
against
60
humanity.
FPS? Like, that's the real question.
And dock.
Metroid? Anyway, great discussion there on the Switch 2 specs. I look forward to learning more about it. By the way, guys, we were just talking. I got to interrupt right here. I gotta clear things up. Okay, I am a PS fanboy. Eric doesn't believe it. Now, how many of you have your original PS1s with you right now? Look at this thing. I am based. I am a PS fanboy. Look at that. Bacon doesn't believe me. Who has their PS1 still?
Hey, I'm a PS
This
fanboy.
guy.
I just play those on PC.
So don't say I'm not a PS. This goes to freaking Luke Lore at the Xbox. But Dan, you don't like PlayStation. You're always throwing your controller. Look at this.
Hey,
When was the
Nissa, would
last
you
time you
promote
turned that
COD
on?
to a
Oh,
mod for me?
GPS1, it still works.
Based
Still works.
comment.
I'm not done.
Based comment.
Who here still has their original PS3 Slim?
Well, that's
Who
not.
updated this in 2020 and went back and got the Mass Effect Achievos?
I don't know if that's something to celebrate.
Yeah, I
Just
wouldn't brag
recently,
about
Eric updated his PS3 for some god unknown reason. I bet it took 2 hours to sync up his data and trophies, but here it is. So don't tell me I don't play games, kids. I play games.
No one is saying Dan doesn't play games. Literally,
Why
no one has
does
said
he got to
that.
play games so loud?
So why can I not get a PS5 Pro, Bacon?
Because you're not going to play it, Dan.
No, Dan, you can do
Closing
whatever
thoughts.
you want.
See this controller? I'm back on the
Hey, he's going to
DualSense.
throw it. Hold on. Wait. What am I talking about? I love my PC.
Been playing Doom Eternal on Steam with my dual. See this
Are
DualSense?
you having-
Why would you do that?
Right here. Just kidding. This thing does suck. It still sucks. It still sucks. I'm sorry. As soon as you put this controller in your, it just contours to you.
Okay, Dan. Why are you
It
outrage
it
farming
feels
right now?
so good right now. So anyway, that just to clear that up.
He says this. To
I'm
get
a
under-
fan of video games,
Okay.
not platforms.
All right.
Great
Good call.
story.
News story number 2.
PS5 will change your life, Dan. Apparently,
I can't wait to get back into getting platinums.
you can get them on on PC too, Dan.
6 months or a year
okay.
later, Bacon. I want them now. News
I mean, you
story
must not have
number
heard the news
2.
in the last couple days.
For the first time ever, 16 of our games, from new releases like Assassin's Creed Shadows to classics like Watch Dogs 2, are available to buy on the Xbox app on Windows PC. Have any of you checked this out yet? Are they available? Bacon, did I make a mistake not waiting and buying Shadows on Steam instead of getting Achievos on Xbox?
I don't think you can get Achievos on Xbox. I can't get Achievos.
Tell us why.
I don't know. I can't get them on EA. I can't get them on BattleNet. I can't get Achievos anywhere.
So Eric brought this up. Chance, is this a deal breaker? Are you mad now, Chance, because you've been going back playing all these on Steam when you got that deal? Talk to me. What is this exciting for you? Because I'm
not
pretty
mad.
sure. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not mad at all. What I'm curious about is so because I have like Valhalla and Origins and Odyssey all digital. Does that mean if they're Play Anywhere, I can now play them on my PC too?
That's a good question.
me
You might
pull
want to
that
look
up
that
right
up.
now.
Yeah, you should try that. I'm looking at Assassin's Creed right now. This is bad, you guys. Eric was right. I do not see achievements here. But I told him,
So if I go to my library,
Assassin's Creed Origins. See, I own Assassin's Creed. Yes, I bought. Wait.
those
Chance.
are not in my library.
Oh, that's in Game. That's in Game Pass. You're
I'm
right.
in my library.
But your
on my
library
Xbox
should have the
app.
Play Anywhere titles.
It should. You're right. It should. I don't see any of my Assassin's Creed
Sort
either.
by
I got Resident
owned.
Evil 2 in there, and I didn't buy that on PC.
So we are hoping that maybe I was telling this Chance to Eric. I don't know if you read our chat. You know the chat that has like 500 messages.
The one that has
you miss.
8,000
Yeah.
messages every time I go to the bathroom.
Anyway, what I was saying is that Eric, I told
poop,
Eric,
bud.
Chance, in Assassin's Creed 4, it originally didn't have achievements. But then they added it to Steam in these recent updates. So a lot of games you've been playing have achievements now. So
Correct.
I'm hoping that, I know it still launches through the Ubisoft launcher, which sucks, Bacon. I'm hoping that somehow it'll be native on Xbox PC and you will get achievements. Go ahead, Bubble Boy.
Well, you'll love/hate this. So I would have absolutely gone for the perfect game, right? Is that what they call it?
Yes,
Complete
perfect.
game?
Perfect.
But all the online features are turned off on Unity, and there's a bunch of online achievements.
Yeah.
And it's weird because there's like 0.2% of people that have them, and I'm like,
You know how?
no, tell me.
Yes. They unlocked it before the servers went off and it retroactively unlocked for them.
I mean,
Those people did those things and it recorded their save data. And as long as you load it up, anything that you've should have unlocked, it will automatically unlock for you if you boot up the game.
Interesting. Okay,
So
'cause
that's
like,
how those
those
people
went
get
off
those.
before the achievements became a thing. But you're saying,
Correct.
okay.
As
Did
long
they,
as
I
you
wonder,
did the
did their save files have to stay
Yes,
there?
as long as
or-
they have the requirements met, it unlocked them. And supposedly on AC4, there's ways you can like do back end like multiplayer stuff. Because I was thinking about doing it for AC Black Flag. I'm not going to do that crap. So
yeah.
Shout out to Dungeon Lords making his
Yeah,
grand return.
JB. Hell yeah.
So when you think about this, guys, that's the biggest complaint about the PC app is there's not really much third-party support.
Yes.
And maybe this comes because Xbox is touting 45% growth in PC Game Pass. There's more eyeballs on it. If this was just like
Bacon,
Steam, I would buy all my games on the Xbox store because
Yes.
I would rather have Xbox achievements than Steam achievements. And so this is a good. Hopefully this opens doors. And
correct.
This, it puts
A start.
Rockstar puts Grand Theft Auto
5
on there,
or 6.
right? 6 on there, and it opens up a lot of doors. So hopefully we support this and we buy them. I'll buy some games, even though I already bought the new Assassin's Creed on Steam as not a protest vote. But this is awesome. This hopefully will be rounding the corner to where this just turns into a distribution site, just like Steam, like Epic, for the handheld PC games on your handheld. Not
we got to get it
written in Xbox code.
Got to get it.
Hopefully this is a sign.
Or it starts for sure Bacon next gen, right? With the Xbox PC code. Jose, last question here for you on this one. I had it and I should have interrupted. I forgot it. Jose, any closing thoughts on this? God dang it.
Well,
If only you had interrupted more.
While you think about it, because I'm sure you're going to think about it, and if you find you can interrupt me, it's okay. So here's what I think about this. I think it's great that there's third party. I really do. But here's the thing. What I was doing over here is I was looking over the right. I was like, what is my gamer score? I haven't checked my gamer score in
what, Jose?
Since we had
you don't know your gamer score.
The December
thing. That's when I check it. I'm over 60,000. That's awesome. Like that's very cool. I'm like over 6. Like, but I guess here's my issue with this, and that's why I brought that up. I don't think that for most casual gamers, and I'm not a casual gamer. I game a lot more than most casual people, but like I don't care about achievements in the same way you guys do. And so like when I purchase games, it has nothing to do with achievements. Like that is literally not even in my.
You mean you don't buy a game based on getting a platinum versus 1,000 out of 1,000, Jose?
Dan, and I've said this before.
Or a perfect
if you're
game?
new to the show, I don't have any platinums or perfect games.
Well, neither does Todd.
I do.
I have none on any of my platforms, including Steam, for the record.
Eric doesn't have any platinum.
And I still love games, and I still don't mind spending.
Not
the
a
money
true gamer. Release your trophy data.
and supporting devs. I mean, it's just. I think it's great. I think what it's a clear indication of is that Xbox is really trying to build an ecosystem. That is clearly what they're doing. We're going to see it with other studios. We're going to see it with whatever their next platform is. If it's the mobile market, that new store, those leaks that we saw a couple of weeks ago, like it's clearly the direction they're going. Here's what I would say, and just a quick note about Dan's rants about becoming a PlayStation person, and I mean this with all sincerity. If that's what Dan wants, cool. Like I don't care because I've just moved. I'm happy where I'm at in PC land. But I do unfortunately see a future where like we might only have one major console out there, and it might be PlayStation.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation 6.
I mean, just because
X. We call it the PlayStation X.
And someone said it earlier. I can't remember in the chat who said it earlier. Xbox doesn't want to sell hardware at a loss anymore. I think that was an experiment that they did that just like it didn't pan out well with the Series S and Series X, and I think they're going to try something new with the portable. I think that's kind of a last-ditch effort. But if that doesn't go, they might just move into the PC space.
Exactly.
They're so busy selling 4 million copies of games on PlayStation.
Or they're just gonna basically create like a license that a company can basically purchase or rent or whatever it is to say this is Xbox certified, and then they have the library.
Lenovo Xbox, Asus Xbox.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like the graphics cards, right? Like
Asus, Lenovo can suck it.
Like Nvidia doesn't care who makes it. Lots of companies make it, but they have the specs that make it a 5070 or 5090.
Acer Xbox. Jose, I love where your head's at. That's
based
Jose. Everybody say he's Jose's apps. He's Jose.
I don't have a based. What do you want to say?
Absolutely right.
He's absolutely right, Jose. That's the one. God dang it. That's all right. Well, let's close up.
Well, hold on, because Nissa said she's at 7744. What game did you do that got you to 4? That's what you got to go do some digging for.
Ooh, poor Nissa. Oh, we got to.
No, that's okay because she can
that's
be like
heinous.
me.
No, that is not okay, Nissa. That would drive me insane. You need to find an achievement
now?
list with a 6 or a 1.
Mine's also 4-4.
I think mine's a 7.
I'm 75444.
God, get these noobs out here. I can't do this.
Guys.
6. I'm a 607.66.
Oh, Chance, can you believe
one.
this?
But
Everything
4
has to be
also has
tens.
9, so I'm at 219, 369.
Why
Right
does
now.
everything have to be in tens?
5 or
I get
10.
it.
Oh God, get these guys
I
out
get
here. I can't stop talking about this, Chance. You make me vomit. Speaking of Ubisoft,
Yeah,
Look at Freight Conductor killing it. 180, almost 200,000.
Damn. That's better than Dan.
amateur numbers right
in
here.
the PC app, Todd, you got to go to profile.
Soaking it really 100 only
through anything tech. Bro.
soaking it really only 180,000. Come on, man.
That's Freight Conductor.
I'm at. Oh, sorry, Freight Conductor. You are usually based. Everybody in the chat, I want you to guess my gamer score.
You're over 300,000.
I want somebody to guess my
I'm
gamer
gonna go
score.
320 right now.
289.
Oh, you guys.
Come on, I can look it up.
News story number 3. Speaking of Ubisoft games, Chance, take it away on Insider Gaming. There's more Assassini coming.
Yeah.
Coming. We're all aboard the Assassin's Creed train. Let's take it away.
Of course. So Assassin's Creed is planned to have released Hex, 2 more RPGs, 2 multiplayer games, and 3 remakes.
Exciting
in
stuff,
5
Chance.
to 6 years. Well, which one? So
And so I was going to ask you, what do you think are the 3 remakes? Black Flag
Black
for
Flag
for
is
what?
a given, I think.
Yeah.
I think that Unity probably deserves one because it really is the best of that old guard. And even though I shouldn't have said that out loud, I'm not done with my rubrics. So I'm not experimenting.
Spoilers.
And then 2, because I think
Yeah.
2 is typically the favorite among
classics.
most people. Yeah, like Ezio. If not the entire Ezio collection, that might be too much.
Didn't we already get that kind of in the Ezio collection?
Yeah, so they would remake the entire.
So you're
Ezio
saying
collection.
Black Flag, AC2, and Unity?
Unity? Yeah,
If it
I
was
mean,
Sony,
unless they partner with Sony, then it's going to be Shadows.
no, if it was Sony, it'd probably be Valhalla.
You really?
I didn't get it for a second. I was like, wait a second. Oh,
good.
no, that makes sense because the game just came out. We're going to remaster it a couple years later. Based Bubble Boy.
Nice to watch you connect that, but yeah, I mean, does anybody have any different ideas? I think I would be thrilled if it was
one.
Liberation.
You have to
Yeah,
remake
one.
one. You have to remake one.
Anyway.
Black Flag first.
Not
you
a
have to
two
remake
drop.
one. One's the one that needs it the most, actually.
But,
Absolutely.
oh, man.
But
in hindsight,
two,
one
just
doesn't
go
have
back.
that much, though, dude.
that's why you remake it.
But a remake where they like add to it? I don't know how that would work.
Yes,
that well.
3 remakes. I'm telling you, one's got to be one. One has to be one. Jose, yeah,
so.
go ahead. What do you think? What are the 3 that you think?
No, that's what I mean. Honestly, Chance, that was literally what I would have guessed when I said I absolutely Black Flag. I was either Unity or 3. I mean, I think it may be an upgrade for some systems, and 3 could make some people happy. But 2 was my other one. I was like, that's the one. That's like when you're running on the
That's what I'm
Coliseum
saying.
and stuff
4,
like that. Like,
and then you start off with 1, 2. Like
Unity is because it has by far the best parkour.
Odyssey's the goat.
put that in the remake.
that's too new, though, dude. Yeah, the Odyssey's too new. It's so is Origins.
Yeah, but we're talking Ubisoft and Sony here, so it's my pie in the sky. Odyssey.
But I'm also very excited for Hex, like that, because I like Halloween. Like that seems right up my alley. So
Sure.
I'm very excited for that.
All I know is there better be something from the Division in this plan here.
This is all
Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
That's a lot of Assassin's Creed.
It
yeah,
is.
exactly.
It
So-
absolutely is.
5 to 6 years? I didn't even think about it. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
said Liberation. I meant 3. I don't know
2
why.
multiplayer
3,
games.
I think,
Assassin's
is
AC Canada.
Yeah.
Keep dreaming there.
Um,
They did. It was Rogue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Any closing thoughts on this?
Yeah, I would be happy if they did 3. And that might be what they do over Unity. I think if I had to put money on it, I might say 2, 3, 4. It's also easy with the numbering. I know it's stupid.
I think what they're going to do
not
is
a
like what they've been doing with
marketing
Resident Evil, except Resident Evil has been all over the place too because it went 4.
I do know
or
one
2,
thing.
3. Or no, it went 2, 3, 4. For some reason, they didn't do the first because that was kind of remastered. I think what would make sense, you do 4 because everybody wants a Black Flag, and that's a favorite to a lot of people.
Tyranny
You
of
do 1, 2, 3, or Far Cry Canada. That's more realistic. Tyranny of King Trump DLC, dude. That is good stuff. Hey, Eric, right? Ubisoft don't. You got to buy that from Eric now.
Trademark it.
Let's move on to news story. I have no idea about this one. What are you doing, Jose?
Number 4.
Oh no, I know it. News story number 4. Call of Duty equals The Simpsons. I don't know I don't know what that means.
This
Somebody
totally
take it
got
away.
me because I thought it meant something totally different. I was
Well,
like,
okay, now I'm
coming?
curious. What did you guys think it meant?
I thought the Simpsons characters were coming to Call of Duty, and I was like,
Or The Simpsons already
what?
did it.
Shit, I'm sorry. That really probably
The Simpsons already did it.
was a bit of a downer, huh? No, what they're saying, what this article that I got out of, goodness gracious, PC Gamer. OG Infinity Ward dev says Call of Duty's gone the way of The Simpsons. It kind of feels like they've run out of ideas at times. I, full disclosure, did not read the entire article by Joshua Wolins because I just read the title and I was like, I want to push back. I know I need to read more because maybe he goes on to say this, but
didn't you love the new campaign?
Funny. Yeah, I did. And I'm like,
I haven't gotten to it yet.
also, they can keep going.
And they just added Omni movement.
So he goes, it's been around so long that it feels like they've run out of ideas at times. It kind of wandered into left field. You might be thinking, clearly here's a man who isn't familiar with COD's expensive range of new weed-themed skins, but you'd be wrong. Glasgow still plays the games regularly. Well, one part of them anyway. And he says the only part that I still enjoy playing Warzone, which to me, that's one of those things that like, how does that, you can innovate it so little and still have a game that evolves because every game you play is different, right? You're never playing the same game twice for the most part. So I don't know. I wish I should have done it justice and read it a little more. Sorry.
So just reading a little further, he also like the author says later in the article, but on some level you can't fault people for not wanting to mess with what works. And he literally says the series remains bigger than God. His quote, not mine. Right? That like he understands that like the reality is it is a system that people love, and they go back to day after day after day. And like I understand that if you're true into like the militaristic or story mode of the game, it is frustrating probably because you don't get a ton of that until there's a new release. But even those people pay lots of money for skins, and the skin business is a huge business in gaming. Like it's the same with Fortnite. That doesn't really innovate a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of do battle passes and new characters, and there are some new modes, limited time, but they don't really mess with kind of the core gaming thing because it's just what people want, man. And it's why all these companies are trying to make multiplayer games and battle passes. Like they're the golden standard. So, I don't think the criticism's unfair or anything like that, but at the same time, there's not necessarily a lot of innovation in general in a lot of the gaming space.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the reason why a lot of people like Expedition 33 because it feels very different than what we've gotten. And I know we haven't talked. You guys talked about that last week and stuff, but it is what it is, I guess.
Who wouldn't want to play Warzone as Homer Simpson though?
Dude, I feel really bad now because I'm like, holy hell, that would be an incredible idea. I mean, the Lego's coming out, so now's the time, right? They can capitalize on
they had the Lego before, though. The house was always out there.
Is that game overrated? I mean, I played it on Xbox. Is it really that good, Eric? The Simpsons Hit and Run.
It's like Crazy Taxi. It's literally the same.
Yeah, was that
model.
on X? Wow, I thought it was older than that.
No, it was after Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi was first. That was on Dreamcast, for the record. Love my Dreamcast.
Nice.
All right, next story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to the last story, and this is a big news for Bacon here, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Finally, Sarah Bond wasn't lying, you guys. Xbox is releasing new hardware.
It's so dumb sometimes, bro.
Introducing the design for Xbox Floral Collection 2025. Coming straight from the Xbox Wire. And you know what? This isn't even official Xbox. This is all third-party stuff. Second party. Oh my gosh. This isn't even official Xbox hardware. I lied. Introducing the Night Blossom Power A Advantage Plus wired controller. I'm not gonna lie, these designs are sick. The Flora Odyssey, I hate Odyssey, Maxwell headset. Bubble Boy's a huge fan of Odyssey.
I wouldn't say huge fan. I would say I am happy with my purchase.
Impulse triggers.
The Floral Fusion Western Digital Black Storage Expansion card and the Spring Breeze Game Sir T7 Pro Floral wired controller. All jokes aside, Bacon, I have heard nothing but good things about this Game Sir controller. It's supposedly the best wired controller you can get for like $80. It's got, I'm pretty sure it has Hall effects.
Yeah.
And it has, yep, it does
This is the
Hall
Power
effect,
A one.
back
It has back
buttons,
buttons,
trigger locks. Exactly. And then the Power A one, similar, I'm pretty sure. Quick twist thumbstick so you can change the height. Hall effect as well. Dual rumble. I was this close, Bacon, to buying the Power A Advantage. I don't know if it's Advantage, but their Pro wireless controller because it also had the adjustable thumbsticks, back paddles, Hall effect, instant triggers. I'm very tempted by these controllers. All jokes aside, these do look very cool. Interesting, Jose, going on what you said. Third-party partnership? Is this third or second? I don't know. Third party.
There's
$42 for a controller with Hall effect sticks.
Exactly, because they're
What
wired.
the hell? Oh,
because they're wired.
I'm
These
always
are-
wired. Boom.
These are all wired. Well, we are not
That's
all
where
wired.
Bacon lives
And
at.
dang, the Game Surge 50. I'm telling you guys, if you sit by a monitor and you game, these are I've seen nothing but great reviews on the Game Sir.
I might
no
order
cap.
that Game Sir.
So, all jokes aside, I think these are very cool. Jose, which design is favorite to you that stands out? If you were to get one of these,
I like the aqua one. It's the Spring Breeze controller. I think I like that color scheme better, but it doesn't go with my system, so I wouldn't get it. But here's what I would say. I've always said I like when there are custom things. Like I just like them. And again, I don't really want these ones, but if they make these ones, they make other ones, right? And so I just like that they're trying new things. I also think this, not that we don't really get into this political discussion that often, but I like the idea that they are marketing to different groups of people. Like I'm not saying, and I like, please understand, I'm not saying these are only for girls. That is not what I'm saying, or for women, right? But it's clearly that leaning towards that market. That's awesome. Like I
dude,
like
that
that
blue one is sick.
in some way acknowledging the reality that like there are lots of amazing female gamers too, and like yep, they also like the dope RGB stuff too, and the blood. Like they are into that. I'm sure they like the Doom controller, but they also have other tastes as well. And so I think it's cool that they're leaning into that. But I think, Dan, that's what I was going to say. You beat me to it. Was that like these are all third-party collaborations, which isn't a problem, but it clearly points to their strategy has really shifted from like our stuff to we're going to work with other people, because the reality of hardware is hardware changes so fast and it's so expensive that it's a high risk business, and they probably have a much better return just working with other companies who are more than happy to say that they're branded with Xbox. So I like it.
I like what you said. Like these are affordable. $50 controller. Like these are sick.
Dude.
But that headset, Chance, take it away. Of these $340, I'm sorry, that headset cannot be that good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And that's again like my headset that I have right now. But that would be the last on the list of how cool each of these things are for me. So
Bacon.
Yeah, but that headset, that actual like I can't remember what the
80-hour battery life.
The Maxwell, that's like one of the highest rated like audio quality
Just
headsets
Gordon
for
loves
gaming.
again, and mine work.
I don't believe you.
Well, they work, yeah.
No, not you. I'm talking about Jose. I don't believe you. Thank you.
And I think I've tried all kinds of different headphones. For the amount of increase in the price, I just don't think it's worth it. But that's just me.
Oh, the BO Play portals I own were a substantial step up in audio quality. I don't even use them, but they're incredible.
Yeah. No, I
know.
Happy with
it's
my
either that or you
Aussies.
buy a Nintendo Switch. So what do? You buy a Nintendo Switch.
Bacon, I feel like my Steel Series were just as good as those Bale plays. And didn't you get rid of yours, or you
No,
don't have it?
them
Oh,
over
you
here.
still
They're
use
really
them?
great for
But do
listening
you
to me.
use them
I use them when I go on flights.
for music? Yeah. Actually, I forgot. We've got one more news story. I don't know why
it-
Bacon didn't add it. It's about your favorite.
PlayStation switching to monthly active users.
It's about your favorite console brand, the Sony PlayStation brand. Bacon, what
love 'em.
happened? We got breaking news that came out earlier today.
Exclusive world
Jade Raymond?
premiere.
Jade Raymond is out at Haven Studios. I'm pretty sure it was what's his name? God dang it, what's his damn name?
Holst or
No, Jason Schreier broke the news, and then Colt Eastwood, that's what I was thinking of, said Fair Games was not one of our most anticipated PlayStation game. Losing Jade is a gut punch for Haven Studios and PlayStation. And I responded to him, is it though? What has she produced in the past decade? I'm genuinely curious what's been going on with these projects through the years. And he responded, nothing. And Bacon, I don't understand why Jade Raymond's name gets around so much. She literally produced Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. That's it. Like, there are a few other ones, but since Assassin's Creed Chance, I don't know why this person has so much cred in the gaming industry. We haven't seen anything from her, and she's left multiple studios now with nothing launched. Bacon, take it away on Sony's stumbles.
So you guys remember back when who's the guys that did that game that we bought them and then closed them, and then
who's we? You are the only Microsoft shareholder.
Acquired Tango GameWorks. Okay,
Tango.
So do we remember when the founder of Tango GameWorks left, and Twitter's like, "Oh my God, Xbox is terrible. They're all leaving."
Game of the Year, Hi-Fi Rush
today on Twitter, and crickets. Exact same thing happened. And a studio that was acquired, and the founder left, and it is freaking crickets. Not only did that happen today,
to be fair, Bacon,
Arrowhead also announced that they're not going to do the follow-up to their shooter game.
No,
Helldivers.
they didn't say they're not. They said they're open to working with Sony again. It's not official.
Funding their next game, so it's not going to be an exclusive. And then also the CFO of Sony came out in their earnings call and said they are no longer tracking units sold. They are now tracking monthly active users and playtime. Yeah. That is officially from their investor call. So they're following Xbox again.
The playtime thing seems strange to me because, like, depending on the game,
they got all the Xbox games to track playtime on now.
Yeah, and I'm sure they categorize it though. Chance, like it's like if it's a story based game, you're looking for.
That's what I'm saying.
All the guys touting nothing but console sales. 77 million, 77.4 million. Way to go, Xbox! And they are no longer tracking that and or care about that metric. It is monthly active users, PC day and date incoming.
Okay, Todd said Jade isn't a creative; she's a studio exec. I don't care. Yeah. She's a huge producer of these games. What is she doing? What is she literally? What does she have to show for 10 years?
She's cute.
What besides,
which shouldn't keep giving you a job?
Exactly, Jose. I know you're short on time here, so very quickly, Jose. Console's doomed. Jade Raymond's out. What do you think of Fair Games now? Is this game dead on arrival, guys? Is this game? Are we going to see this game, or is it going to be canceled?
They removed the dollar sign.
Did they really?
Yes.
Officially?
Rebranding, yes.
Well, that was actually a smart move. Jose, take it away. Final closing thoughts on Fair Games and Jade Raymond.
I don't think it's dead in the water. And honestly, again, not that we're necessarily influencing a ton of people out on the internet, but I think we need to be very careful with that verbiage, dude. Like, and not because I love Fair Games. I have literally no allegiance to Fair Games, but just again, I think we have to be really careful about this rhetoric of like, we kill games before they're released and before they really can play them. Like, that's not fair, dude. And again, I'm only saying that from the perspective of we love games. We can be critical of games. That's fair. That's fine to do. Feedback is important, but we love games. And so like, just because this person is leaving the studio doesn't mean
that she found it.
It doesn't mean, but it doesn't mean that she's done all the work. There are lots of people that do great work, and even studios that have closed, there are great people that work there too. There are probably great ideas. There are probably great projects that we've never seen. So it's a bummer. I think it's more honestly the tail end of Jim Ryan's legacy is probably what this is like, as they made that huge push to live service, and then they really, really tailored it back, especially as he's gone now. I think it's just a reality of like, this was probably really a heavily focused multiplayer, and they're now seeing Marathon, they're now seeing Arc Raiders, they're now seeing like Fortnite, and they may be reevaluating like, do we really think this is going to hold water? And if not, we may need to pivot into something else. Bacon.
And also, Bungie's being accused of ripping assets and putting them in Marathon.
Guys, I don't want to hear anybody trashing the PlayStation brand. They have
Oh,
great
Jade has an
first
old
party
PlayStation?
studios. Look
Didn't
at
know
this
that.
amazing console, you guys. It still works.
Do you know
I
we
still have
that?
memory cards too. Remember those? I remember. Thank you,
Shut
Jose.
the
Do you
fuck up, Gary.
need to go or are you staying?
When we finish this story, I'll go. It's fine.
Okay. Well, Jose, you were just saying before I throw over to Bubble Boy, you were just saying we can't say that games are dead before they arrive. In this article, it says, although it wasn't given for Raymond's departure, the report, Jason Schreier's report, cites sources who note that an external test of Fair Games took place several weeks ago and that some developers were concerned about how it was received. That is not good. That is not good. Bubble Boy, do you care about Jade, Raymond, and this whole and PlayStation's performance with live service games and not producing any substantial first party games in nearly 2 years?
That part I can comment on, but the Jade Raymond thing, like I don't know the person enough, and I equate it to the sports world, and I think about like Josh Allen. Josh Allen, by all accounts,
Who's Josh Allen?
He sucks.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
keep going.
Or say Bo Nix if you want.
Great quarterback.
By all accounts, wonderful person, amazing dude, amazing quarterback. Never won the big game, right? Does that mean he should be traded from the Bills every year? And then if he does, and again, and I know it's two different industries, it's the closest thing that my brain can comprehend. And maybe she really does suck. I have no idea. But maybe she's really good and just really unlucky too. I tend to think that maybe, where there's smoke, there's fire. But at the same time, I don't want to disparage her. I have absolutely no idea who she is.
All right.
Bacon.
Closing thoughts on the state of PlayStation.
I also want it noted that Xbox has 500 million monthly active users, and PlayStation has 120 million, and Steam has 180 million.
Okay.
Really?
Thanks for that update. All right. Thank you, Jose. Jose, thanks for that update.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
Sorry, Sable. Sorry, Nicola. I know you're
All right,
clip
Jose.
all
Thanks
this.
for stopping by. Good luck on being a real adult here. We'll
Hey,
miss you.
congratulations, man.
Congrats
Thank you, guys.
again.
Yep,
To be honest, we all
I
knew
can
this
end the
was-
stream.
we all knew this was
I'm
happening.
still logged
so.
in, so I can end it. So you can
Never
back-
happens
back
till it
out.
happens. So thank you guys. I will see you guys in 2 weeks because next week we're going to be witnessing the end of Mission Impossible on Thursday. Are we
Did you
recording a
see
different
what
night?
IGN gave that movie?
We're gonna record on Wednesday.
Great.
Who cares?
We're gonna record on Wednesday. I'll see
IGN
you
also
next
said
week.
some of the other ones were bad
I
too.
know.
Whatever.
I know.
I don't care if they're bad. They're great fun movies. I will go with my friends. All right.
We'll record next Wednesday.
See you, buddy.
All right. We'll see you guys. Have fun,
See ya.
guys.
Guys, let's Bacon. Are you ready to Bacon? Can you convert it? Do you know how to do that now?
I don't know if we have a 3-man.
Oh,
A
man.
little awkward, isn't it?
I just-
Huh?
There you go.
There
There
we
we go.
Ah, no, I got to take down that.
No,
banner.
Dan,
Hold on, I got to get the banner.
I kind of liked it better the other way.
Yeah, put it
to be
back. Put
honest.
it back. I'll just appear over it.
Oh.
Guys, let's move on to. I gotta make sure and title this one correctly. Guys, do you mind if we do a new segment sponsored by Jarritos?
Of course.
All right, this next segment is sponsored by Jarritos Pop, specifically the pineapple flavor. This is called Drinks with Fatasawa. Fatasawa wrote in twice. It's incredible. He wrote into last week with this is on the episode when Joe crashed our episode. Great show as always. Joe was one of the best guests with those voices and the stone cold entrance. LOL. I have not played Expedition 33 yet, but it looks amazing. I'm playing through South of Midnight and it's been a blast. I enjoy Bungie shooters, but a price tag entry point is hard to justify when Game Pass keeps pumping out banger after banger.
That's true.
Thank you, Jose, for mentioning Righteous Gemstones. I ended up watching it after it getting brought up on a previous episode. Super hilarious show and top tier for sure. Shout out to Fatasawa. Again, Fatasawa wrote in last week. Great show overall and cool to hear from JB. Gears of War to PlayStation announcement was a bit weird. But I question if Sony players felt the same way when their games started moving to PC as well. I agree. This seems like Xbox is moving in to capitalize on the nostalgic fans and some who never got to play Gears of War. but this really doesn't impact me as an Xbox fan. I'd rather not move to a new gaming ecosystem due to accessibility, my account, and history of achievements that are tied to my Microsoft account. And options like Play Anywhere and cloud saves? Xbox is still releasing games on their own platform, so even if E-Day does go to PlayStation, I'm not going to be upset. Releasing it later could also boost the multiplayer numbers months after release.
True.
Kind of crazy hearing Dan say he'd rather buy a game at full price or on sale versus trying it out via Game Pass. Having too many games is still a major win for gamers who have more to experience.
I agree.
News topic number 1 was a great example of why everybody needs to get off Twitter. Shout out to Base Fatasawa, as always. Bacon, do you have any response to what Fatasawa wrote in here about?
I mean, he's right that complaining about having too many games and paying full price on Steam just to stick it to Microsoft was
I didn't say full price.
Dan.
I can wait for sales, which would probably add up to the same, if not less, of Game Pass subscription.
Yeah, I mean, the dude, it's based. All of his comments were based. He's hit everything on the head. And I fully support Fatasawa.
Fatasawa, you're part of the gang. I love when you write it. Thank you for writing.
Pick him up.
This next one I'm going to
No, for Todd. Todd wanted to know if we needed some star power.
Todd, if you want to hop in, you're more than welcome to. Chance, I'm going to throw this next one to you from Big Box 1431.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Nerd Chat. What the
Julian Strother.
Jose,
Sorry.
what
Sorry.
the bleep? Jose,
Shut
what
the up, Gary.
what WTF happened to Michael Porter Jr.? Guy looked like a B+ Kevin Durant during their title run a couple of years ago. He's garbage now.
No, he's
garbage.
Hurt.
Hope you all are doing great.
Xbox.
Go Xbox. Take it away, Bubble Boy.
There's a big difference between garbage and hurt. He is hurt. That dude literally, I guess if you don't live in Denver, you don't get to listen to Denver sports radio. All the guys that know him well and like see him in the locker room were like, he literally needed help taking his jersey off after game 2, I think it was. He is hurt. He is an incredible basketball player. The reason he fell so far in the draft was because of his back, and it like, I think people understood what they were getting when they.
What
drafted
exactly
him.
was with his back?
I don't remember.
Todd,
but
link is in the
hurt.
chat. Link is in our Discord.
But I mean, the other thing. Well, he's about to come. No, he's not coming back in the game. He isn't coming in the game. Julian Strother just took over for him and just nailed a couple of threes. So. That's great to see. Some actual bench play from the Nuggets.
Michael Porter Jr. is not the problem. Russell Westbrook is the problem.
No, Russell
I disagree with that
I
too.
disagree too. Russell Westbrook brings you energy. The problem is they have no depth.
That's
the
exactly
problem.
right.
They do not have a bench. Go ahead.
100% right. Yeah, and
They don't have the same. They don't have. They don't have like the same. They don't have the Bruce Brown coming off the bench. You don't have the Christian Brown coming off the bench and helping you out with key moments. You don't have one or two key players coming off the bench to relieve your starters. Like God, think about the championship team with KCP and who else was starting?
Bruce Brown. They had God, I can't think of the guy. He came in the league with Kevin Durant.
Oh, and then you also had old man Green.
Yes.
Like you had these players coming off the bench who could support and give just a little bit and hold the fort
Right
down
now,
in these tough situations.
Their 5th and 6th highest paid players have not seen the floor since February. It's God, what's it? The one guy doesn't even play. Zeke Naji and Dario Daric. I don't remember the guy's name. So I'm extremely impressed with what they've managed to do. Also, considering they are getting no rest right now, literally no rest. They'll have played 13 games as of tonight since April 19th. That's pretty crazy.
Especially when you have no depth too.
Yes. The other
Jade
crazy
Raymond
stat,
you put in the chat?
The other stat of the day, the Rockies are now officially off to the worst start in the history of
Major League Baseball.
Might as well be like the history of man.
They were eliminated from playoff contention the first game.
Think about this. So if you were around for Rocktober, back when they won 21 out of
2007.
2007,
What
one
a
of the greatest
year.
One of the greatest fall times of my entire existence.
Just graduated college.
If they did that right now, they would still be 9 games behind, back from 500. 9 games away from 500 if they did
Todd
Rocktober
on like
right
a
Todd, you need to be
original Google camera here.
What are you talking about?
Oh, guys, welcome
Very
to the
blurry.
show, Mr. Todd Oxtra. I don't know how we got in here. He's turning into Joe. I don't even know why I agreed to this.
Godfather himself. Perfect timing. As we're
BFF,
talking
Todd wants to
about
crash the show.
He's still
So
downloading Doom, and I think that's
somehow
affecting
he's
his
always
connection.
got an
Still
issue with the
downloading
Xbox
Doom.
app. I have no idea.
Timberwolves going
it-
on to the Western Conference.
Dude, if the
champion.
Timberwolves don't win this year,
Right.
the Timberwolves suck, Todd.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not even
Oh,
kidding.
the Timberwolves are a
It'll be
beautiful
Timberwolves
disaster right now.
Indiana.
Rudy Gobert will guarantee you 3 points a game.
That's all.
And
Hey, as long as he's
38
getting rebounds and
rebounds.
blocks, yeah, it doesn't matter. They don't need him to score.
Exactly. Exactly.
Todd, you wanted to come to the show. I'm going to call this Todd's rants right about now. Let's hear.
Who knows?
Why did you feel the need to
to say
crash
he's
our
a
show,
threat?
Todd?
He's got a segment.
All I can say is every time I try to do something nice with my PC,
God.
my PC kicks me in the jimmy and says, try that. Try that. Just try it, Oxtra. And
What
you're
did
doing,
you
I'm
do?
like, what is going on? I did nothing. Windows says, here's an update. Okay, I'll do your update, Windows. Here's an NVIDIA graphics card update. I'll do that. I try to install. Eric says, check Winderstat. How many people know what Winderstat is? Come on.
Bacon. I bet Bacon does.
Actually, my PC works.
Yeah, exactly. Todd, I
100%
literally
of the
did
time,
all those
100%
things.
of
I
the
know what
time.
you're talking about. I downloaded the Windows update. Worked fine. Downloaded the NBA graphics update, and I'll talk about that in a second. Worked fine. Did the update for Doom. I haven't launched it on PC Game Pass, but I have it on Steam. I have it on Steam.
It's literally 100% downloaded. It says, I try to launch it. It says, error, get the update. I'm like, how? I've tried again. It's not re-downloaded anywhere. It's
Todd
not
hates the
installed
Xbox
anywhere.
app, you guys. That's
You
all.
can go in and repair the files too in the Xbox.
Why didn't you just
app, right?
uninstall it and just reinstall it? Just
I did.
Install.
I'm doing it. That's why I'm at 25% now with a fiber connection. Still waiting. So now
I
I've
will
got
admit the
South Park
download
Night waiting
speeds on the
for me.
Xbox apps suck.
I
Yes,
will
they
agree.
do.
That is one bad experience I've ever had with the Xbox
can't
app,
get over
Todd.
500.
The
Xbox, the
download
leader,
speeds are
they
terrible.
own the OS and they can't make a good game.
So that's where I disagree with you, Todd. I think the app works perfectly
Okay.
fine.
compared to Steam.
No.
No,
As far as
that's what I'm saying.
working, it has
No.
worked for me just as good compared to Steam.
But define working, because downloading is a huge part of working, I think.
Yeah,
Again,
pre-install. Oh, you can't. your PC
downloading
can't
sucks on Xbox.
reboot. Come on, your PC.
I think it's
can't
better than Epic.
reboot. It
It's
can't
better
go
than
to
the Epic
sleep,
launcher.
do any of those things. How
Sure,
does your
better than
Xbox
Epic,
do this
sure.
better than a PC? Come on. Oh, well. I'm just
Game
I'm
Positive
done
said Todd's
complaining.
downloading Doom using Napster. Exactly. I don't know what he's doing.
LimeWire.
LimeWire, get it right. Ah, bacon.
No,
Age knows
Napster.
age.
No, Napster's better. Napster was first. What are you guys talking about?
So Todd, did you get your Switch too?
It's I only got the I think I'm the only person who actually got the non-bundle, which is
I got a non-bundle.
crazy.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
cancel it.
From Walmart out of the blue. I'm going.
don't
Is anybody
cancel
doing a
stuff.
nightmare? Is anyone doing a midnight launch?
I gotta talk the principal into going to Target with me on midnight. 'cause
No,
Oh,
they're
he gonna be
delivering
too
it
busy.
to
Do
you.
it. I'm going to Best Buy. during
Anyway,
midnight launch.
Todd, while you're here, let's move on to our next segment. Not sponsored.
Oh,
Permabans and GGs. Todd, think about something you want to permaban because I got one right away. I'm going to permaban Todd Oxtra for talking crap on co-op mode, permabanning me, and he's also saying that Alan Wake 2 is better than Alan Wake 1, and
Oh,
he's
no.
praising how
No.
amazing it is. Insane.
No.
Everybody on your buy, rent, return all had Alan Wake 2 as most people had Alan Wake 2 as the worst. Return.
Yes, return.
There's a reason, Todd. Just because of this cool musical level that I've never seen before. That is literally the only cool and memorable part of Alan Wake 2. Bubble Boy, back me up on this. Buy, rent, return. You know you're returning Alan Wake 2.
Better gameplay.
It was not the only memorable part.
Chance.
The first 5 hours were phenomenal.
If you've got Psychonauts 2, Doom 2016, and Alan Wake 2, which one are you buying, renting, and returning? Be honest.
Psychonauts.
Okay, and what are you renting?
No, he's buying Psychonauts.
Yeah, what are you renting? Doom? Exactly.
Doom. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
So that's my permaban for the week. Todd, you're last. Bacon, give me a permaban for the week. Sony.
The only cool thing about Alan Wake was the path tracing implementation. But anyways, I'm gonna permaban Sony Twitter. They're awfully quiet right now. So that requires.
Because I don't care, Bacon. They're casuals.
They are casuals, but they can do no wrong. But permaban Sony Twitter or X.
Chance,
Twitter.
what is your permaban for the week?
Bloatware. Whatever this Lenovo Legion. Let me start by saying it works great. The games still run fantastic. I do miss, because I apparently no longer get to know how cool the temperatures are inside this bad boy, because I don't have the RGB lighting set up to do it. So
you used a temperature based?
Mm-hmm.
Can't you can download something third party?
I've downloaded 12 different third party apps and
send Bacon over there.
Yeah, it's a
proprietary
drive
software should be avoided.
Yes. Ban proprietary software. I'm with Chance.
No, bloatware, same thing. That's what I meant. Yeah. I don't know.
Bloatware is them putting like antivirus and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just random
That's
programs.
bloatware.
Nissa Hauer's permaban for the week. Permaban the Cheshire Cat event on Dreamlight Valley, because these are these timed events that I'm telling you about on this game where she's got to wait. She can only do so many things. And
so it's like Candy Crush?
Exactly. There's timed crap. And I permaban that. I agree, Nissa. That's BS, especially because it's a paid game, if I'm not mistaken. And Todd, what is your permaban for the week? And you can't permaban me.
I was going to say, I bet it's you.
That Watson block was ridiculous.
Yes,
I think we cancel each other out, Dan, so I don't think that matters anymore. I'm going to permaban my ISP.
Okay.
I have 1 gig
I like this.
fiber.
What are you getting?
I cannot
plugged in?
get my router to a space where it actually matters. So I'm
How
on
old's your
Wi-Fi.
router?
It's the router they provide.
What's your Wi-Fi speeds? What are we getting?
Like horrible. And my
I need a number.
300.
Oh, that is
bad.
bad.
Dang.
Yeah, it is bad.
Exactly.
I get like 6-7 on mine.
It's bad. It's bad.
How old's your
I would go
house?
back to it's 93.
Okay. So it's not like 50s with solid brick and
No, and my router is literally 15 feet over there. I'm in like a dual, whatever you're going to call it. Like right there. It's horrible. And I have 1 satellite for the whole house. Ask for more. Oh, it's $7 and they have to install it. What? You have to install a satellite? I can plug it in and sync it. And then I can get, I don't know if you can see it right now. I can get 5 gigs wireless for $129 or $119. I'm going to do that.
That's expensive.
What do they tell me it's going to cost when I call them up? $140. Lies. Permaban, New Vera.
Permaban ISPs.
All of them.
Get them out of here. Google Fiber, now available in Lakewood. I put in my address, not available at your address. Cool. Screw Permaban ISPs.
Let me piggyback off this conversation. I had a different one, but my GG, are we ready to go into GG's?
Ready to move on to GG's.
My ISP is fantastic. Eric's Broadband. AERUX. Nobody's ever heard of them. They serve It's they literally we've had them since we moved in. When I call, it has been the same exact lady I have talked to every time for 8 years in a row.
What?
It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Oh boy, I haven't heard from you in a while.
Enjoy it. Chance, enjoy it now, because they're going to get bought out by CenturyLink or Comcast.
They haven't yet. And when I was contemplating switching up to when I think we only had like 100 and I was going to 500. I was like, yeah, my wife like wants to see it in action first. Like, and I know you probably have to prorate it. She's like, oh, no big deal, honey. She's like, I'll just put it at here for the rest of the month. And then we'll call you back and see if at the end of the month before we charge you anything extra, if you like it the way that is. And I was just like, excuse me, you're going to do that for me? So Eric's broadband, massive GG for the week.
Nice. Nissa Howard's GG is the Celtics down to the Knicks and won last night to stay in the. Hey,
All right,
let's give a prayers up
Put a fork in him.
for what's his face. Like
Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
You never want to see that. Torn Achilles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Knicks. Sorry, Nissa. I'd love to see the
Yeah,
Knicks go further.
it's done.
Knicks Pacers, old school. But my GG for the week, I'll take over here. JG's to the update that Todd was complaining about earlier. I got an update to my NVIDIA GPU. And ever since I got this update, 0 crashes. Repeat, 0 crashes the past 3 or 4 nights on Oblivion. It's running incredible. It's running perfect now. It wasn't an 8 out of 10 for me because of these stupid crashes. The new driver from an NVIDIA coming through in the clutch. Performance has been flawless, you guys. I'm getting ultra over 60 FPS, DLSS balanced. It looks incredible. Full ray tracing, everything up to the max. I'm loving it. But AMD on my laptop, FSR, no updates, no GPU updates. Still crashing all the time. But I have to run it on low, bacon, low, 1080p.
You're on a laptop, bro.
And I still get crashes. So
I never advise laptops.
there's a lot going. There's actually a lot of issues. I should have given a permaban to Oblivion earlier. There's a lot of issues with the game. It's still very broken. Needs a patch stat. But GG's to NVIDIA taking care of this PC over here. You hear that, guys?
But he's buying
Shut up.
PS5.
It's already on the way. Bacon, what's your GG's for the week?
You know, my GGs happen to go to my wife's school board, who made the correct decision in hiring
Yep.
Chipotle as the next
Yep.
principal.
Yep.
I still can't believe, guys, this is a professional podcast and we've got a principal as one of the hosts. That's pretty crazy.
In trouble and put in detention.
Exactly. Well,
Guys,
who knows how long
behave.
we're gonna have them?
Do not get
We're
him
gonna have to
fired.
pick. We're gonna have to get Eric or Todd to fill
They
in.
could be like, well, you know, we did.
Yeah, we
wanna
looked
offer
at your
you this
background.
job,
Yeah,
but,
you're gonna have to quit that podcast.
Was it Todd
We
Oxtra
saw
you
this-
just had on? Yeah, we don't know about this.
Todd, give us your
We
GGs.
saw this guy getting naked and talking about. We saw him
He said he was in
attacking his
Hawaii,
children,
but we don't.
Todd, go ahead.
and he has
GGs
an
for the week.
OnlyFans page. GG's for the week. Oh my god, I am officially an EV owner. I got the Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
Mach-E.
Atta
Oh
boy.
my god, my
Just like, oh
brain
my god, I'm the
is
worst, Sean, right?
blown.
They are so
Yes.
good. EVs are the only way to go.
I'm getting my Ford is covering the install of the charger.
Yes.
So
Wait,
it's
wait,
gonna
wait,
be
wait,
in
wait, wait, wait,
there.
wait, wait, Todd.
And the
Let's see
good
how
charger,
thankful
right?
and positive you are when the old Minnesota winter rolls around. Then we'll see.
It'll be great.
It has
It'll
a
work
heat
just
pump.
fine.
They added a heat pump in 2025, Daniel. So
Yep,
we're good to
my-
go.
Dude, I put directional
We'll
snows
see.
on ours, and it just goes.
Are you
Give
guys
me the
gonna race
fossil
them?
fuels.
It's got an unbridled mode too, so I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god,
Dude,
cannot
I
wait to make
literally
it howl.
literally took my breath away. And I don't drive fast cars, so I've like never had
Yeah.
one. I've had Jeeps my entire but come on, but still, I
Instant
rode
torque,
my
yes.
neighbor's Porsche and I was like that thing literally took my breath
It's
away.
scary.
Good for you, Todd. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Todd. He's going through the midlife
time.
crisis. Just picked up an expensive
Well,
car.
I had to give my son, who's a freshman in college, my 2014 Mazda CX-5. So
Very reliable vehicle.
we'll
Smart
see
and
how
safe.
it happens.
Let me
Smart,
ask you
safe,
this, though,
all-wheel
Todd.
drive.
Because how old's your oldest kid?
He's
It's
19.
19. I only have the
Oh,
one.
jeez.
19.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry. I mean, I'm listening to JB over here with trying to wrangle 4 of them, and sorry, I knew that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk grandkids then. The one of the things that I was like, I don't think I can buy this car is the way the back doors open. There's no handle, and I'm like, my kids are gonna pinch their
That's
fingers.
true. There's
Isn't
a,
it
there's
the
a
weirdest
button.
design? I know, but then and
There's
the
a
guy's like,
button
you just
that
reach your
pops
hand
out.
in.
Yeah.
Can we
And I
get
was
these boomers out of this chat, Bacon? We're talking about
I'm like-
handles, complaining about handles.
But tell me I'm
can't
wrong, and
control
you
this.
probably won't need to be in the back very often, but
I've seen a hack you can add handles.
There's nothing
my
like
God.
an EV. I will just tell
You gotta
everyone
mod
that.
your handles. All right, I can't take this anymore. Bacon, let's move on to what have we been
Oh, I
playing?
need a banner for that, don't I?
Well, it's all right. What have we been playing and or watching? Bacon, take it away. Wait. You know what? I gotta stop you. You've been playing not Metaphor. You've been playing freaking Expedition 33. Do we talk about something else? You've been talking about it for the past 34 weeks.
I finished that game and instantly started New Game Plus. I have never done that in a game before.
Really?
Elden Ring.
I bumped it up
Mass
to
Effect.
expert difficulty. Nope, never went right into playing the game again,
Psycho.
man. Dude,
That's
it
awesome.
is. I'm going for the 1,000. I'm gonna achieve it.
Platinum.
I cannot wait for you to play, Dan. It is so freaking good.
I
But
will get to it. It's on my list.
I'm gonna give a shout out and a GG to Andor because it's fantastic and it is the best of all the Star Wars shows attached to it because Rogue One's the greatest Star Wars movie ever, and that makes Andor equally as good. So,
all right.
But I've been playing nothing else. I want to play Doom, but I will not do it till I get the 1,000.
I'll go quick. Almost done with Oblivion. I'm literally on the last achievements chance. So basically, it is the same achievement list. Eric said that last time. It is.
Yeah.
You just have to complete all the side factions, all the main missions. I'm going to be probably about 80 hours by the time it's all said and done. I'm a level 39 or 38.
Okay.
I think if you get to 40, you're like crazy. So again, once that patch came through, it's been amazing again. And but I don't need to talk about Oblivion. The thing I do want to talk about, boys, is shout out to Mr. Badbit over at PS Trophy Room. He sold me his Steam Ultimate Edition of Doom: The Dark Ages. So I jumped in on early access or the early period or whatever a couple days ago. Did the first level of Doom, and I'm just gonna say, feels like Doom. And I had a lot of fun. I did the first level. You're gonna love it. I'm enjoying the shield. Hot take. I feel like the shield and parrying is easy so far. I'm playing on like the second hardest difficulty, or maybe the mid difficulty. I might even bump it up. I can't remember, but feels like Doom. I do think chance for you if you enjoyed Eternal and the original Doom. I think I'm going to turn auto sprint on just to where I'm always moving, just to add a little bit of speed to it. But I hear a lot of people complaining about like, oh, you shouldn't have to tweak things the way you want to play it. I actually really enjoy the fact that I can pick. Yes, I do want you to sprint all the time, or yes, I want my parry window to be large, or I want it to be shorter, or I want them to do more damage. I think that's cool. In addition to, they have preset difficulties for you, and no achievements are tied to the difficulties. So I think it's awesome that they give you the flexibility to play the game how you want and make it faster if you feel like it's too slow, or slow it down if you feel like it's too fast. I don't think you're going to think that it's too fast. This is not Doom Eternal Chance was crazy, right? Like that game was genuinely hard on normal. I had to drop it down because it was too difficult. And so this game, I feel like if you like Doom, the 2016, it just feels great, and it feels like more Doom. I'm not like blown away initially. I've only played one level, but I'm like, I'm in. This is Doom. So that's the one thing I wanted to mention. Bubble Boy, what have you been playing?
Expedition 33, of course, and it is absolutely incredible. Chris Gluns came down, teacher from he's teacher partner now from Gateway, but he was like, the parrying is more satisfying than Elden Ring. Yeah, I said it, and then mic drop.
I believe that the parrying sucks in Elden Ring, so I don't disagree with that.
Sorry, parrying, dodging, all of it. All of it.
The combat's better than Elden Ring, is what he's saying.
I'm good, Dan.
So he did not say that. He said the dodging and the parrying. If I had to, they're so different. I'm not going to pick
exactly.
One over the
you
other.
can't. They're not the same game. Is this the best turn-based RPG ever? Yes, I can see
my
that.
God, yes,
I can see that. Yes,
but here's
I'm not
the
disagreeing with
satisfaction. I had my first, not my first boss, but the first boss that I beat like flawlessly, and I just stood up and I was just
got that achievement. Too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like there's nothing like it. It was so satisfying, so good. And then 2 nights later, I was showing my neighbor Tony what it looked like. I couldn't parry a thing, and it's not because the difficulty ramped up or something. It's just that every encounter you have with a different enemy
You have 3
feels
different
so
bosses. Yeah,
different. Yes.
yeah.
And the timing, they mess with you just like Elden Ring. And I just absolutely love that. So I haven't had time to move very far. I'm still only on episode 3 of Last of Us because I've been wait for it, reading a book. So I'm almost done, JB. And I feel really bad. Full disclosure, we haven't given away your keys yet because we haven't made the video for it yet. Because Jose was doing all his stuff.
Yeah, we rely on
and
Jose for that.
behind the scenes, I probably need to figure out how to do a little bit more of that stuff. But we didn't forget about you, JB. We are still going to do a giveaway for those codes for the Audible versions of Dungeon Lords. But I'm loving it. It's really coming together. And I'm, like I talked about last time, I think that his main character, Pharaoh, will maybe someday make a fantastic video game character that you can really feel as you're playing. So.
Very nice. Todd, what about you? What have you been gaming? Yeah, muted
I am
as
very
always.
early on. I am very
Expedition 33.
early on in Expedition 33. But that game has amazing just production values, story, the way it hits.
Music.
That early just like, oh crap, we're in. And it's amazing. I am so early on. I only have my first companion, so I'm pretty lame. But we
I haven't
talked
even started, Todd.
I know. I feel like I haven't even started yet, and I'm enjoying it because it's great to have Charlie Cox Daredevil be playing Robert Pattinson. Which is hilarious. He looks just like Robert Pattinson, but it's Charlie Cox. The production, the voice acting, all that is nailed. And I feel like this is going to be a gateway for so many people that don't like Japanese eccentricities.
It was French.
Yeah, but
I know.
French
That's what
RPG.
we're going to have to like French people now. And they go into their, apparently they have a lot of mimes in this game. So they even embrace a lot of the weird French stereotypes. Yeah. But I do feel like it's time that turn-based isn't only owned by Japanese RPGs.
Totally.
And especially with a Western perspective to say, let's get rid of all the fat and make it an extreme experience. My favorite turn-based RPG is South Park. I love those South Park games because that's a game where you don't do any grinding. You just go through a story, you do those mechanics, and it's just so much
you don't
fun.
have to like level up. That was you're right.
No.
You got like powers,
me,
but it was like a joke, you know.
Yeah, the grinding to me isn't a value for me if it bloats the game. So I've heard that this game is very short, and I'm gonna love it.
Very short.
I'm like 3 days in, bro.
Yeah, no, it ain't
30 hours.
It's not a JRPG length. We can say
Here's
that.
the thing, too. I don't think
it's not
you're
100 hours like Persona.
You're not going to feel the need to rush it or even be checking your clock or your watch because you're going to be I'm just enjoying this. And there'll be times where, like, when you get to the world map, there's sometimes on the world map where you're like, oh, there's like 5 different options of places I could explore. But then other times I'm going straight there. And it's not going to punish you if you don't go explore. So it's good to hear because it's just so damn well done.
Yeah, Todd, don't worry about it. It's incredible.
I don't like the artificial gates, right? Where you feel like, you have to do something that's not value added to make you move forward. To me, that's not really embracing the quality of life that I think all of us, when you get to a certain age, there's too many games.
Oh, sure.
Not enough time.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah, exactly. So and especially when you guys talk about like remaking Assassin's Creed games, I'm like, wait, you guys have more time to play those games you already played? Good luck with you. So, I also, so South of Midnight is a game I want to finish. I'm really enjoying that game.
Nice. That's going to be next for me after Doom.
Yeah, so I feel like I wanted to play some Doom just to get a feel for it. It's a palate cleanser, so I'm definitely going to get into Doom.
Oh, sure.
Because from what I've heard, it's a correction of like for those who didn't love Doom Eternal, like I did not love Doom Eternal, but I loved Doom 2016.
Yeah, you're going to like it, Todd.
It's going to be so dope. With like, I heard the weapons are just amazing. That shield with like the lasers. Cool. And then, like,
Todd, one of the first powers you have with the shield is like this lunge, and you go like flying across the map. So it doesn't feel like as slow as everyone's like the stand and fight. You're still moving around a lot if you want to.
That reminds me of like that power in Mass Effect where you would just
it's like a Vanguard charge. You're right. That's exactly what it is, Todd. That's great. That is a great point out. That's I was wondering why I loved it so much. I'm like, this is a Vanguard charge. Great base, Todd, for once. Unpermaban Todd Oxtra with the great analogy. It is a Vanguard charge. And shout out to Matt Valdez. Matt Valdez wants me to say, make turn-based games great again for Expedition 33.
And I've heard there is a weapon in Doom where it's like almost like a cannonball, or almost like a mace you shoot out with a chain.
Yeah,
and it directs out.
I haven't gotten so far.
I'm all in. I haven't either, obviously.
Yeah. One more thing I forgot to mention about Doom, or the powers you were saying, the Vanguard charge. Another game that has that charge, Avowed. Avowed had great combat. You guys, there was a charge move in that, and it had the dodge. Avowed's combat, you guys, destroys Oblivion, destroys Skyrim. If the next Elder Scrolls comes out and it hasn't, it's still the same crap that I'm playing right now in Skyrim and Oblivion, not good. Bacon, go ahead.
That's why
I just wanted
to go back to Oblivion.
Drop an update. The Nuggets are absolutely clapping the cheeks. OKC Thunder,
and they have a bench.
That's perform. Yeah, you know why? Because someone was like, "Guys, can you help us out here? Well, can you do something?"
And they
it's at
are
home,
playing them, and they're playing
at
them. What was Julian Strother going to do from the bench all the time?
Matt Valdez coming in later.
I'm
Matt,
all for 7 games. I'm also for 7 games.
I know
they're really tired when they play the
Yeah, exactly. Matt, did you hear the news? Bacon doesn't believe me. I'm going back to my roots. This is the console I'm going to be playing back again. I'm getting a PS5 Pro. Sorry, Matt. This is my original PlayStation 1. Todd doesn't believe that this is mine. This is mine, Todd. The model number SCPH7501.
Shut the up, Gary.
Somebody go look that up because I'm very curious when this came out.
So boring.
Still works. Sony quality, Harry, right?
So boring.
Sony quality, you guys. This console still works from the 90s.
So bored
you can't beat the power of PlayStation.
Can we just get back to the game?
Bacon,
Matt, I also have my PS3 right here. My PS3.
You can, Bacon. Yeah, you can mute.
I can shut him. Actually, I can mute him. I
Guys, let's close the show like we always do.
Time to get to the conference finals for the.
Wait,
are you done to the conference finals for the?
Oh,
you're back
with the best food we had.
My
this
party in my mouth got erased to something about the conference finals.
Apparently. I got a banner for that.
Sorry, Dane.
Oh my God! Look what Matt said. You make me sick, Dan. Permaban this traitor from his own show.
Thank you,
Matt. I'm a fan of video games. I play all platforms. Bacon, what was the best food you? Oh, wait. We've got 413 subs, 126 Popeyes / spicy regular chicken sandwiches devoured, 112 breakfast burritos, 45 Chipotle burritos, 76 fast food burgers, and 133 pizzas eaten. Bacon, what was the best food you had this week?
So, funny story. I came out of the grocery store the other night and I thought I smelled barbecue. So I was like, cool, let's have some barbecue. And so we went to Roll and Smoke. And it's one of those places that just cooks enough food, and if they run out, then they just run out. Yeah. I walk in the door, and we're like, cool, we're ready to get some food. And the lady behind the counter was like, I don't have any food. And I'm like, it's like 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, cool business model, guys. And they're like, come back and see us sometimes as we're walking out. And I actually said, probably not. And then my wife said, probably not even louder. It's kind of rude. So shout out to Rolling Smokes. We're sorry we're rude. But who doesn't put like a sign up that says, don't park your car and walk across the parking lot?
Totally.
We're out of food. And I get it. You want to cook enough and have the good food. And I get that. So then we left there and went and got Taste of Philly because Taste of Philly makes the best
it's overrated
Philly cheesesteaks in the Denver metro area. So shout out to Taste of Philly.
Bubba Boy, what about you?
Yeah, we went to Topgolf for Mother's Day. And when you have that
for who? For your mom?
For my entire family.
Yeah, so I was gonna say. I was like, Ashley's a big golfer.
That's expensive.
It was, and so when you buy that package with 2 bays, you get $250 worth of food credit. And so we're sitting there. We were literally like ordered what felt like every appetizer on the menu, and we asked the lady. She's like, "You guys are at like 170," and we're all just like, "I don't think I can eat anymore." But
drinks.
we started doing that too. Exactly. their food was banging there. I was impressed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Had some pretzel bites that were wonderful. The nachos were a little too fancy for my taste, but they were still delicious. Yeah, I know. They were like, what?
Too fancy? You want all the mix-ins on there. Well, that's my
Exactly.
Subway sandwich
What was
days.
fancy was there were literally, it was 6 big chips that the whole thing was on, and that was it. It wasn't a pile of normal tortilla chips. So I was like, I don't know, but it was great. Definitely the best food we had this week. So
very nice. Well, I'll go next. Shout out to my wife, guys. She made these homemade meatballs. Todd, he'll come back. I swear, you guys, I ate like 16 meatballs yesterday. They were incredible. And I was like, Allie, tell me you saved this recipe this time. She's like, nope, I just winged it. I was like,
of course. Yeah.
Can we save the recipe for once, Allie?
Yeah,
can I get some consistency on my meatballs?
Can you learn that she's not gonna?
Todd's ISP is having trouble.
I've been dealing with this for 8 years. I just want her spicy meatballs all the time, consistently. And I'm not talking about the food. We don't know what happened to Todd, guys, gentlemen.
Let me guess. He's up there.
It's his internet. He was permaban Todd's ISP.
He probably had some really healthy something or other.
He
that
keeps showing back up on stage, but there's no picture.
Oh God! You know why? It's because he's trying to download the game and get on here. He can't do that with that Walmart connection. Matt Valdez said, "I refuse to give PlayStation another dime on their console platform. So I'm going to have to wait for Death Stranding 2 to come to PC. I'm holding the line both out of principle and for my backlog." Matt, I agree. I'm only getting it for Grand Theft Auto and to finish some of my backlog games that I have on my PlayStation Network that I never finished. I never finished Detroit, Chance, and I have
it's worth doing.
I have
on PC, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. But I bought it already for $10 on PlayStation. And I also bought, I'm pretty sure, zombie game. I can't remember that Chance loves.
Days Gone.
Days
Gone. Yeah.
I think I still
Problem
have that.
is, and you're gonna play it, and then the remake's gonna come out. And you're gonna
I get a $10 upgrade.
It just came out. You can already buy the upgrade.
It's already out, Chance.
The remake's already out.
Yeah, it is. It came out like during Expedition and Oblivion time, so nobody played it. Also, Chance, I have Skyrim on PlayStation, so I might have to get the platinum on Skyrim. I'm just
God.
Todd, what have you been playing and/or watching?
Oh my goodness!
It's what has he been eating?
Oh, sorry. The best food. Sorry, best food you had this week. Sorry, best food you had this week.
Food is amazing.
Guys, Todd is at GameStop right now. I don't know how he's straight.
I'm waiting for my pre-order.
He's one of the managers.
I went to an amazing event this weekend, Mother's Day event. My wife was a featured author at Sully Brewing in Minnesota. Yeah, she was selling her book, having a great time.
Yeah, you're talking about this.
She got free drinks, and my son and I went and got some awesome pizza at Surly Brewing. They're amazing. They do concerts and everything. They're great, but they do an amazing pizza. Oh my God. Their pizza is so good.
Nice.
I love it. If you're in Minneapolis, go to Surly Brewing. It's an amazing brew pub with awesome food.
Very nice. Very nice, Todd. Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 211. Glory kills and Nintendo guts. We were talking about the Nintendo hardware specs, Ubisoft games coming to the PC store, more Assassin's Creed, and of course, how I'm the #1 Sony PS fanboy. This is my original PS1 right here. So my name is Daddy DWALLY. You can follow me at Daddy DWALLY across all social media. You can follow. Oh, Andreja disliked that. I don't think so, Andreja. I'm going to be playing you on my PS5 Pro.
You
can find me.
You can.
No, I don't. I got to get it on PlayStation. You can find me on the PSN at Daddy DWALLY. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat across all social media. Oh, my ex-Bacon Gaming is beside himself. He's so angry with me. Where can people find you?
You can find me in Discord listening to Dan talk about PlayStation all day long. It's so
I'm back. I'm home, boys.
Oh, but and throw the controller and kiss your PC every week. It's a running thing. Here we go. You can find me on Twitter. Still paying attention to the console wars because I'm the only one that can man up.
I'm still over there.
Twitter.
I'm still one of the good guys on Twitter.
Yeah, me too. But that's it.
All right. Bubble Boy and 7. Where can people find you?
I mean, hopefully watching Game 7 on Sunday. I'm afraid to say that out loud, but
55 seconds left.
And
I thought you said they were destroying them.
Yeah,
they were
points. We've given
but
them
it's
points.
You're up 8. If they can't finish this, they're terrible.
That's what I'm saying. So hopefully Game 7, and then we see Todd's Ant-Man and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
God, they're going to beat us.
We
would have home court advantage at least.
We got nobody to cover.
Guys, we can't stop Minnesota. They've been dominating us all year. And speaking of the Minnesota crap Wolves, thanks for jumping in here. Todd Oxtra, where can people find you?
Well, they hopefully can find me and talking to Chance and maybe Jose
about
a little bit of fantasy football now that we've got schedules. We've got a draft done. We're going to do that. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun on the Waiver Wire Wizards on Secret Friends Unite.
Oh, yeah, man.
So you can check me out at Todd Oxtra on the Blue Sky, at Secret Friends Unite on the Blue Sky, secretfriendsunite.com. Check out our YouTube. And see Dan get permabanned in live time by checking out our YouTube.
As always, Doomslayers, see you in hell and see you online.
See you online. That's mine.
Rip and Tear online.
Todd, you jumped ahead of me. See you online. No,
Permaban Todd, see you online.
And out.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Walenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy DWALLY. Co-host and producer Jose Martinez III can be found at Chipotle_Bear. Former intern, now co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at XBaconGaming. And former co-host, now returning intern, Chance Siegel can be found at Bubbleboy and 7. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.